All of them, you know. So the cool thing is you want to go with what Google says, really. I mean, that's what really is cool. You don't want to use the suggestion tools in Google. And I'm learning Google. I used to spend, my company used to spend probably 30 grand a month on Google, and we didn't pay attention to it. We had a college kid that was in charge of our Google account. And I know there's people here that spend a lot more on Google, but I mean, you know, we were just like, is it making money? We didn't even we didn't know. And we just would have some advertising out there. We didn't advertise leads to wealth. We went after people, identified them, made relationships, and installed revenue sharing tools and lead services. So I'm looking to do, my other interests that I have and things that I'm looking to do, I want to create the Lead Summit. I want to do a seminar talking about just leads, lead generation, how to take leads specifically from good to great, and lead processes and going through a lot of the multivariable testing, all, you know, things that are really relevant to just lead generation for anything. I'm really about somebody branding themselves, you know, not branding anybody else, edifying somebody else, edifying another brand, another leader, but branding themselves, using, you know, video or whatever they have to do to brand themselves and then send them to whatever back-end offers, multiple streams of income. I would see these systems with all these movies, and everybody's just send people to this movie, send people to this movie, and then you have all these people buying Google AdWords, you know, one after another, blocks of them, with the same landing page, the same movie. Doesn't make any sense to me, and they're in the same thing. You know, it's like, it's ridiculous, honestly. But
statistics.
Yeah,
it works.
So I think you know, teaching people the value of creating a brand, of branding themselves, and the value of lead generation. And I don't know, how, like, even this much compared to these guys on the back end stuff, where these guys are the masters, or you know, you're learning from Dan and the people that are doing it, you know, for forever on the back end stuff. I don't know that stuff. I know the front end. I don't know the back end strategies at all. In fact, my shortcomings are I don't know how to make product creation. That's where I'm suffering. So I'm interested in you know, creating an ongoing lead summit that is teaching lead generation specifically, and then. And you know, I don't want to charge an arm and a leg. I don't want to charge 20 grand or 10 grand for it. We can do that on the back. I want to get lead generation strategies to people on a larger scale, and because I'm building an advertising network, a pretty big application. It's called QSave, and it is, I think, you know, my vision is that it's $1 billion company. It's an ad network that is going to do things that just aren't being done out there. So, in addition to all the software and everything that we're building, I've got some partners. I'm looking for partners on the back end for the information and the education side of what I want to do, but I don't want to be the guy going out on the circuit teaching this stuff. I want to empower other people to do that, build systems. When I sold my company, let me tell you why I sold it. I had partners. They were great guys. If they ever hear this, they're great guys. But they're young guys in green, and they just couldn't handle the growth. And I didn't think I was that great of a sales guy, but my title was, you know, Chief Rainmaker, and if I wasn't making new business come in, I didn't feel like I was doing my job. And I would constantly be bringing in multi-million dollar, what could be multi-million dollar accounts, and our resources just couldn't stretch that wide. New systems, new accounts that took lead buying and management, and we built our own software. It was great for what it was worth, but we just couldn't scale with it. And so they basically told me to just take a vacation. I'm a painter. I paint. I took up even more painting and started selling my art. And that's great, but I got bored, and I wanted to do all this other business stuff. And 18 months, I didn't do any work in the business, and yet I was making more money than I ever made. And they basically, you know, we had 5 people come in and want to buy us, and I'm like, cool, man. You know, let's find the happy medium for making that happen. we made our compromises and we made a deal happen. But so myself and the other partner are out. There's still one partner that leads to wealth. If you can get them to take you on as a client, more power to you. But nobody else has ever really been successful in doing that. Bringing new business is a challenge when you can only grow so fast. So I'm interested in growing lead campaigns, doing another lead company the way that I believe it should be done, like the way that when you said you call the shots, it's the way you want to do it. You get the growth. If I have business I can't handle, I'm going to go start a new company with somebody else that can handle it. That's what I believe. You just go create a new relationship and create the infrastructure. I've got 9 programmers. They're all PhDs. They're in St. Louis, and they kick butt. And they're building a .NET application that's all of our lead management and our CRM integrated into this dialer. I'm going to give it away for free. So if you guys see a place, whether it be realtors or something else, obviously it's usage. It's a usage model. In other words, it's free to a certain point. If you start sending X amount of emails, X amount of contacts, is, charge you a nominal fee based off of how you scale up on it. I think that's the way things should be on a usage basis. And training, whatever. Any questions?
Good stuff.
I just see huge application for the dialer. I think about all the sales telemarketing that I've done. Like in my early 20s, I did tons of telemarketing, and I'd sit on the phone for 8 hours a day dialing. And I can imagine if there's a lot of companies like that who have sales floors with dozens of people on them, and imagine if they had that technology, if they weren't spending 3/4 of their time dialing or jacking around because they don't want to make the next dial. This kind of forces you to make it. So
and I think that's the most powerful thing is it's not so much doing the dialing, it's one guy takes some time off, talks to the next guy, now you got 2 guys, now you got 3 guys.
Yeah.
Where if it's constantly ringing in their ear, they're forced to just be at work the whole time, and the production's going to go.
Yeah, you've got a huge business if you figure out how to get it out there.
Right. And we're not marketing it other than affiliate stuff. Like you didn't know that was connected, right? It's all, like most people didn't know who Leads to Wealth is. It's behind the scenes. We were, supposed to be behind the scenes. Whereas, put the leader, like I said, there's leaders making 100K selling leads, referring leads, not even getting their hands dirty in leads. Crazy. I mean, they don't want to. This is just a support service kind of thing, and it's my job to be supportive in growing their company. That being said, I also want to brand myself this time. I don't want to be branding a company exclusively. I want to have, a brand the next time I sell a company that, at least I have my own brand now. I never branded myself. So to some degree, I want to brand myself and create, products.
When you go into, let's say you sell this to Zengo, for instance. Are you having a leader be the face guy and sell it and
Corey
push it?
Citron is right now, and Sharon Sharif, his sponsor, which is the top distributor, is the next person.
Do they want you in the picture at all, selling it? No.
I told Mike, especially with Corey, I can't because he's a past client of mine. But
Gotcha.
I don't need to be. There's trainers, there's people to do that. It's just the relationship aspect of like I'm helping Sharon, who has 300,000 distributors. Like understand what she needs to do to grow her business.
Sure.
But in no way generating a lead for her.
You need focus, man.
You know what?
You're like all over. I'm like trying to figure out how to freaking widget.